Happy Friday, everyone. Let's go ahead and hopefully we already have our homework in a pen. Similar drill to yesterday. You're not going to have the Canvas piece to work on, but you're going to have a worksheet. We are still going to be doing some factoring by grouping today. After we get through our homework, we just have a few more pieces to add. So, homework in a pen. We are going to be checking page 531, numbers 9, 12, 13, and 14. We are going to be grading it for 4 points for participation, which means if you completed all 4 problems and you got some type of answer, that means you have to have an answer that's 2 binomials. If you didn't get to that point, you didn't do enough of the problem. It just might be wrong is the key. Okay, it's 1 point per problem, so if you did them all, give yourself a 4 out of 4. If you didn't do 1, you're going to give yourself a 3 out of 4. If you didn't do 2, it's a 2 out of 4. If you did not do 3, it's 1 out of 4. And if you didn't do 4, it's obviously a 0. Okay, so just like yesterday, I'm going to go through and work them completely out. So in case you do have questions, just pay attention as we're grading. I'll be working them out as we go. So starting with number 9. 9 is 2z to the third power. Plus 6z squared plus 3z plus 9. So factoring by grouping, we are going to split this in half. GCF over here on the left-hand side, we can divide out a 2. They do both have the variable, the smaller exponent being 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. We subtract the exponents. 3 minus 2 leaves us with a z. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and the z squares cancel out. Pull the GCF out in front. Then we'll look over here on the right-hand side. Our GCF is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That leaves us with a z plus 3. Our binomials match, which is what we want to happen. So we'll put our GCFs together and get a 2z squared plus 3. And then our common binomial of a z plus 3. So our final answer, we should have 2z squared plus 3 and z plus 3. Number 12 is 6p to the third plus 3p squared plus 2p plus 1. So we're going to split this in half. On the left-hand side, we can divide them both by 3. They both have the p, so the smaller exponent is 2. Which leaves us with a 2p plus 1, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. The p's cancel out. On the right-hand side, we can't pull out anything other than 1. Right? We always have to have at least something. So we'll put our GCFs together, which will give us a 3p squared plus 1. And a 2p plus 1. Number 13 is 15q to the third plus 40q squared plus 3q plus 8. Divide this in half. On the left-hand side, we have a GCF of 5. They both have the variable, so 5q squared. That will leave us with the 3q plus 8. Over here on the right-hand side, the only thing that we can pull out is a 1. All right, so that leaves that as 3q plus 8. Our GCFs are going to go together. So we'll get a 5q squared plus 1. So I'm at the very bottom here. Oops, hitting everything. And then a 3q plus 8. And then our last problem, which is number 14. Number 14 is 4y to the third plus 8y squared plus 7y plus 4. Guess we have a lot of GCFs over here of 1 on the left hand. Okay, over here we have a 4y squared coming out, which leaves us with a y. Oh, this is a 14. Sorry, guys. I wrote it down wrong. So that's not our GCF. How about a GCF of 2? So 7y plus 4. The right-hand side, once again, apparently we have a lot of those, or have a GCF of 1. Our GCFs will go together. Ah, 7y plus 4. So our final answer will be 2y squared plus 1 and 7y plus 4. Okay, please make sure your name is on this. Make sure that your grade is on it. First and last name, please. Double check and then pass that forward. Sub's gonna come through and pick that up from the front of each row. And then if you'll pull out your notes, we have a few notes, some things we're gonna add to with factoring by grouping before you have some time to work on your assignment for the rest of the class period.